Yeah, I know this looks like not Farmer's Dynasty, but it will be, I promise. In the last episode, we talked about me buying a new car, a used car. I did finally decide to get a new one. My wife and I talked about it for hours and hours and hours, and the debate's over. I have purchased a Kia Forte GT manual. It's the top of the line of the Forte line. It's basically the little brother to the Stinger. It's got a 1.6 liter, 200 horsepower turbocharged engine with a 6-speed manual transmission, full electronics package. It is an amazing car. I've been driving it for a week, and every time I drive it, I have fun, and that's what I was looking for. It is a fun car to drive. It's quick. It's really quick. It's actually a 6.7 second 0 to 60, which is up there with pretty much all the other performance sedans out there today. And it's just a bundle of fun. So that is the car. I love the little red details in the grille. It's the perfect color that I wanted. I had to search all over for it, but I found one in the Cleveland area. And then the next picture, there we go. It's got, I think they're 22-inch alloy wheels with the Michelin Summer Sport tires. There's Violet sitting in the back. And the J.D. Power and Associates Award. Obviously, sunroof. This car is freaking loaded, and I am so excited to be driving it. What a fun car. And like I said, it is just totally decked out. It's fast, it's fun, and it's got all kinds of cool gadgets. Probably a little bit more than I wanted to pay for a car, but it's really, honestly, compared to what else is out there, it was actually fairly cheap. So anyway, thought I'd share that with you guys because we talked about it so much. So let's go ahead and get on to Farmer's Dynasty. Oops, I pressed the wrong button. So anyway, we come back. It is crappy weather day. There's not a whole lot we can do. We can't really mow because it's all raining and all that stuff. I mowed quite a bit even off camera, but there's still more to do. My yard really needs mowing, but it's too wet, so we're going to have to wait until tomorrow. So we're going to go ahead and I think I'm just going to fast forward the day. Everything's done fieldwork-wise. I'm going to run out to the field so you can see. But in the last episode, we got all the fields finished. So they're growing at this point. No, nothing popped yet, but it will be popping soon because it is spring. So we should see some stuff popping up. Also, our vegetables should be ready fairly soon. James! Can I give James a fish? I went fishing off camera. Yep. Aw, James is getting little hearts. Look, he's so happy. Good kitty. I love animals in general. I am an animal lover. I'd have a hard time being a farmer and having to eat the animals that, I was loving. My wife is cooking. I'm going to take a nap until tomorrow. Because there's just nothing to do. Sleep on bed. So we're going to fast forward to tomorrow. Hopefully it won't be raining. I don't think it is. But unfortunately, I am severely allergic to chickens. To cats. I'm allergic to chickens. And so I'm allergic to cats, and so there will be no love for cats. How many condensed milks can I make? 25? No, we're going to make 10. And I'm going to make 10 eggs. Oh, wait, just do it. Condensed milk. There we go. Boop. We're going to let the wife do that. She can handle the cow milking and stuff. Let's do 10 egg. So we should have these in our inventory. And then the rest of the stuff we'll put into the down the basement. And 9, whatever. Good enough. Good enough. For me is good enough. For you. Sorry. I won't stop. I promise. Anyway, so I have been driving around in that car. Oh, my gosh. It's so much fun. And that's what I want. I wanted a car that was going to be practical, carry 5 kids if necessary, which, mostly they can ride around in my mom's ex car now, which is now my car. I finally got the title transferred, but it was my mom's car, and so now I'm keeping it. And so, I can bring the kids if I need to or whatever, but it's at the still time, it gets great. It gets 32 miles to the gallon average. That is like between city and freeway. So it's like almost my Sonata was getting 24, so I'm almost 10 more miles per gallon But this car is so fast. Oh my gosh, it's so much fun to drive. You know, like I said, I paid more for it than I wanted to. I still got a good deal on it, but it, you know, it's like my monthly payments are about $80 more a month than I wanted to go. I figured I had 2 years of payments left on the Sonata, and so I figured if I pay, you know, like $100 more than I was, it wouldn't be that big a deal. It ended up being about $180 more. So, but still, it's, you know, it's a brand new car and it's got a 10-year warranty, so I'm good. Like I talked them into giving me a 10-year bumper to bumper. So, all right, so let's go ahead. I'm gonna mow a little bit more. Did I sell them? I think I sold the mower. The only problem with this lawnmower that I have is that it really doesn't have the reach that we need. So it takes a really long time to mow. You can see this whole area has been done. Any veggies yet? Nope. Ah, dang it. Still doing okay on our moisture level. Let's go ahead and we'll spend the afternoon mowing the house. Not the house, but the lawn. Get some of that done. What the? Okay, pull that out. Actually, that's not far enough. Go here, and we will. Hold on a second, folks. Sorry, Evelyn's knocking on the door, and Violet's sitting down there in the living room and not getting the door. And I'm like, let your sister in. She, of course, probably doesn't want to because they don't get along. Ever. Kids. No. My fear is if I get off this tractor, hopefully I'll end up outside. Let's see. Nope. Get off the tractor. Why can't I exit? Weird. I have to jump. Okay, I have to get it far enough away from the wall. Okay, can't see anything, but okay. All right, good enough. There we go. We are outside of the tractor. And let's go ahead and get mowing. Little guy. There's some audio issues with that one. This feels like real life, except for I don't bash my tractor into the fence, but real life. This is the fun part. I can see during this stage of the game sleeping for weeks at a time, but the bottom line is if you do that, you'll lose all the milk that the cows produce. Unfortunately, you don't get eggs or milk while you're sleeping. So for whatever reason, you go away for a week, you don't get it back. My wife's been getting on my grill about mowing the yard. I told her I would get it done today, so I'll get the yard done. I mean, really, you can mow this whole, you know. I probably will mow outside the gate too, but we'll do the inside of the yard. I have, in real life, when I put my fence up for Gromit, I have like a little goat fence I put up so he can go potty and stuff. And I do, I have like a little mower that I have that I just mostly use for that and like trimming the lawn, like along the edges, because I have my lawn tractor. If they'll ever bring a CTR to this game. So I've heard people saying, and I didn't know this until recently, but I was listening to people, you know, or reading the comments. I guess the console version's pretty bad. Like from what I've read, they don't get a lot of the updates and stuff. Now, I haven't run into too many problems on the Switch one. Actually, I haven't run into any problems, but I haven't played it much. So I don't know. Maybe it's true of the Switch too, but I guess the console version is pretty buggy. I said I wouldn't know. I've never really played it. Uh-oh. And it's funny, too, sometimes the mower mows and sometimes it doesn't. That's the cruise control speed. Wow, it's so fast. It's like, are you sure you want to cut these blue flowers? Are you sure? Okay, there we go. Got one more. Ugh, camera's making me dizzy. Maybe we do it this way. That's a little bit easier, actually, because we're not flipping in and out. I thought mowing the hard. Whoa! And this is where the game falls a little flat. The in the cab mode is like Farm Sim used to be. It's actually not that bad, honestly. Just that you obviously move way too fast while you're doing your chores. Farm Expert was the same way, but Farm Expert had a good in-the-cab view before Farm Sim did. They just never improved it. But the in-the-cab view in Farm Expert, you had, then you had the backup camera and everything, so you could see, or not the backup, but the rear camera, so you could see what was going on with your implements. I always thought that was cool, but they didn't bring it into this game, which kind of sucks. Once again, if you can find a computer that'll run Farm Expert, the latest one, which I think was 17, it's actually a pretty decent game. It's, you know, it's like this game. It's clunky. But I think, once again, it has some more elements of real farming than Farm Sim does without using major modifications. But it also has cheat mode, which is the greenhouse, just like this one. And this one, the greenhouse is more work because you have to cook and stuff and sell it at the right places. And the other game, you know, you could make, if you owned all 5 greenhouses, you could make, I think, like a $500,000 every 6 months. So you made $1 million every year. And then your grain farming, you make like $12,000. So it was a little unbalanced, like. But with the lawn, So at some point I will do a review of the Kia. I'm kind of just so busy right now, like I don't have time. I'd like to do it like once it's like washed and stuff again, and like the daisies aren't. Daisy. I hate that commercial. Ugh. But it's memorable. Remember that Daisy commercial? How did it go? Well, they just said Daisy a lot. All right. So we'll get this yard done in the front yard. It does grow back, but it takes a while. Like maybe like a season. So you don't have to mow it all the time, but it has grown back, I think, twice since I've mowed it. Well, see, doesn't that look nice then when you cut it all down? I'll leave those little flowers. Get this little corner over here. So we're going to get back to the range simulator. I actually this is great, I had lunch with Mr. Micah today. I went to visit my aunt and cousin in Michigan. My cousin has a comedy club called the Comedy Project up in Grand Rapids, Michigan. So I headed up there and gave them a visit, and also I had a job in, I think it was called Chesterfield, Michigan, which is just outside of Algonac. So just north of Detroit. Yeah, of course I'm losing crop. I'm not trying to get crop. Oh, because I ran over my field, I must have nicked a little corner. Oops. So anyway, yeah. So I went to do the drone. I was at this. It was a Burlington coat factory that just opened up in Chesterfield, and I went up there and took the photos inside and out, and then I went outside to I was like getting the drone ready for launch and checking the map to see if I was allowed to drone there. and this like a pair of A-10 Warthogs flew over like in landing pattern for an airport that was like literally down the end of the street, and I'm like, well, so much for the drone. Like, there's no way I could do that. I called the guy that I'm working for, and I was like, hey, you know, like Cam, I can't. There's no way I can do this. Like, I can do everything else, but I can't do the drone because there's, you know, obviously there's an Air Force base right here. And he's like, oh yeah, no problem. He's like, what's it called? And I looked. I forget what that it was. It was Mc something or other, but we looked it up, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I see that." He's like, "No, no worries, man. Like, better safe than sorry." And I'm like, "Yeah, definitely." So, I didn't. But anyway, so I went to visit my cousin and got to see the comedy project this morning. It was really cool. And then I went up to on the way back. I stopped in Micah's town because I passed through it on the way, and I'm like, "Hey, Mr. Micah, you want you want to get some lunch?" And he was like, heck yeah. And so we had lunch. It was great. And so I got to see Mr. Micah. So that was nice. We went to a barbecue place. Oh, what was it? City Barbecue is what it was called. And man, was it good. The beef brisket was amazing. Like, Dickie's still has better sausages. That's really bad. That's Dickie's Barbecue, folks. They have better sausage. Or kibasi or whatever, but then, the City Barbecue is definitely better brisket. Maybe, I don't know. Dickie's Barbecue is pretty dang good, but this was really good. So anyway, it was fun going up and driving around, and I took my mom's car, the old Honda Pilot, because it was full of stuff for my Aunt Bunny from my mom's house. I took her a big load of memorabilia from the old home, and she was very glad to have it. So, oh yeah, don't run over the garden. Oh, look, my wife planted the garden. That's awesome. All those flowers weren't here last year. She planted all those too, so I'm gonna try really hard not to. Very upset with me if I nick the garden. Can we fit in there? Some of this stuff I think I'm going to have to get the weed whacker and whack. Whack that with the whacker. That kind of sounds wrong too. Aren't those flowers pretty? Whoops, I killed some. I killed them. Can I pass through the swings? No, they're solid. That's pretty cool, actually. They're realistic swings. And now the side yard. We're almost done with the main mowing in the yard. Was that wheat? Was there wheat growing in my yard? I don't really love cutting the sunflowers down, but sometimes there's no way to get the grass without getting the sunflowers, so long sunflowers. This sounds like I know it's gas, but it sounds like an electric lawnmower, doesn't it? Yeah. So there, the yard's all done. Oh, wait, I missed this spot. Oh, and that too. Whoops. I thought I was done, but I'm not. Oh, whoops. Okay, well, might as well clear it out then. I just like brushed it. It was like, poof, all gone. Come on. So I would say this mower works a little bit quicker than the Weed Whacker. It's not a ton quicker, but it's expensive. The only downside, I think, if I remember right, I think it was like $11,000. It wasn't. It's a little high on the. Pretty expensive for such a small mower with a bagger. Because you can pick up a John Deere for about $2,000 or $3,000 of this size. Cut it down. Come on. Oops. Whoops. Just when you thought you were done, there's more lawn. This yard is pretty, like, convoluted's not the right word, but you know what I mean. Like, it's pretty, it's not straight. It's like the yard in an Alpine farm. Same yard. But I know for a fact I can't mow this with a bigger tractor because this is, I've tried to mow it. Yeah, good enough. Let's get this out here. Really? Mower-proof grass. All right, how are we looking? This looks good. Looks good. Looks nice. We're gonna run out front now and get along the front yard there. Whoa, lighting issues. And then we should be all set. Whoa! Further than I wanted to go. I think the side yard is our property too, but we'll wait for a while. Don't really need to cut that. Make this here, Mr. Toadstool. Ooh. Hi, bees. 1 jar of honey. Let's go ahead and gather this shroom. Grab it. Dang it. Pick up the shroom. Okay, good. And let's go ahead and mow the rest of the front, and we're almost done. Look at how pretty our house looks. Isn't that nice? Howdy, neighbors. Thank you for not running me over. All right, so we're going to go park this thing. I'm going to leave a little bit of the grass for some character. But it's nice to have a nice clean yard there where we live. Keep the fleas and ticks out. because that's where they live, is in that stuff. Where did it go? That made me laugh, sorry. I don't know why. Like, wait a minute. All right, let's see. Can I get off in the same room? I did. Look at that. All right. I'm stuck. Okay, there we go. It's not working the way it's supposed to. Okay, I mean, it's another day. What do you say? Dang, there's nothing to do. Okay, so I guess we could. We could run a load of stuff down to the stuff place. Wheat down to the bakery. Let's go do it. The Jack Bear is our road tractor, as it's lovely and painted. Really can show our lovely painted tractor off. We can also improve the capacity of our wagon, I've heard. Let's see. But it's probably $500, so never mind. Did I miss? I guess I missed. Okay, camera back out a little bit. Let's try that again. And fill her up. And let's take it to the wheat, the bakery, the windmill, where they grind it and turn it into FUD. FUD for the masses. So what we're going to do is we're going to cruise over there, see what's going on, and I think that'll probably be it for the episode. We had fun tonight. Pretty simple, straightforward episode. We mowed. There's nothing really else to do. So I'll probably play a little bit off camera and try to get us to the point where the stuff at the greenhouses is ready for picking. But we will know it's ready when our greenhouses are ready. There's probably another day, a couple days, and then that stuff will be ready. Because I did them all at once. And then we'll be making the big bucks. Because if we make some dishes with them or can them or whatever, even if the market's not going on, we can sell them to the dude at the store, and he should buy them for quite a large amount of money. And we'll get some more moolah. But I'm excited because our plan for world farming domination has come true. It is working, possibly. Well, we'll find out at the next sale. We definitely won't make as much as the fair, but I mean, we could just save it all. I don't know. I don't know what to do. It's like I want to get the money, but so that we can buy stuff. Like, you know, it'd be nice to get a new tipper for harvest and stuff like that. So let's see. We'll just see. You know, if we. It also depends on when it's done growing, because right now, what is it? It is 42. It's April 12th. We planted on April 1st. So, let me think about this. If it truly turns over every 15 to 30 days, we can just go monthly and you know, keep selling it. By the end of the year, we should have a ton of money. Once we've bought everything we need, then we can start saving stuff in our inventory and selling it only when it's valuable. There's the windmill up the road. Man, this takes forever. It would be nice if they had trucks to haul stuff to the different places. Like, that's one thing the game is kind of missing, is that you got to take stuff by tipper. So maybe those bigger tractors run. I think people said they run at 30 kilometers an hour or 40, something like that. So we could also do potatoes later. Try those out and see how that goes. And beets. Because I wanted to try that stuff out too, but it's going to be a while because we have to save up for it. So anyway, I think that's about the exciting stuff. Let's go ahead and sell this off and see how much we get, and then we'll call it an episode. And I'll meander on back to the farm. But we are getting a little low on cash, so I want to, as you can see, we're down to 1,300. I wanted to get that back up a little bit until the next big dose of income shows up, which is going to be the sale of our first round of veggies. And that's that. Ooh, his crops pop. Look how pretty that looks. I love the crop textures on this game, like the fresh crops. That looks really nice. Mine are going to look like that in the next couple days. There's some growing crops right there. Sweet. And when we get bigger, once we get bigger equipment, then we can get more, we can expand the farm out field-wise too and start getting bigger fields. But I don't want to, you know, like, buy bigger fields and have to spend like 17 hours plowing them like we did last time. We need to get a faster, bigger plow. I wish they would have some of the culti plows that they had in Farm Expert in this game. They haven't done that, but it is what it is. And so we are arriving at our destination. Beep, beep. Hey, Bessie. Polska cows. The Old Hills Mill. We have arrived. And let's deliver on that arrival. All right. That brought us about $3,000 exactly, pretty much. And that's good. That's what we needed. All right, so I'm going to head on back. Ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you enjoyed this episode of Whoa, Farmers Dynasty. See you guys next time on the farm, where we do some more exciting farming in this make-believe land of America that is kind of Polish looking, but we'll forgive them because they made a great game. They really did. This is a great game. All right, guys. I will see you next time. Have a great night. Be sure to subscribe, thumbs up, voice help, and we'll see you next week or something like that. Bye.